Here's the hard truth. If you're offering a service on Fiverr without doing proper market research first, you're not building a business. You're just guessing. And guess what? Most people guess wrong. They waste weeks, even months, building gigs that were never going to work in the first place. There's no demand, no traffic, and no orders. And then they start wondering if freelancing maybe just isn't for them. But the fact is, it's not them. It's just their approach. Before you offer anything on Fiverr, you need to know what buyers are actually searching for, what's already selling, how competitive the space is, and most importantly, how you can stand out. That's called market research, and I promise you, it's the difference between a Fiverr gig that flops and a Fiverr business that scales to 10K plus per month. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do market research the right way, step by step, so that you can stop wasting time and start building something that actually works. And it's actually really easy. So let's jump into my screen. Now, I've got 3 examples for you, and we're going to start with website design because I know a lot of you guys are in this niche. Now, as we can see, I've typed in website design right here in the search bar, and we've come up with 120,000 plus results, which is a lot, but don't worry because this is not our final competition. What we're going to do is we're going to go down here, we're going to click on a few. So obviously website design, you can offer many different services, whether it's Figma, WordPress, and each one will come into a different category. So just to show you real quick, let's open up a couple. Let's click on this one. Let's do a Figma as well. And then let's also do a Wix one. So we've opened up these 3 users, and if we click on them, we can see the WordPress is under the WordPress category. We can see the Figma is under UI and UX design, and we can see the Wix is under website builders design. So now what we want to do is actually just click onto each of those categories. So under WordPress, remember how we had 120,000 plus results? On WordPress, we now have 74,000 results. So if you were offering WordPress design or WordPress website building, you can see this is your final competition, 74,000. If we go for UX design, we can see now it's dropped considerably to 7,900 results, over 120,000. And if we go to this one, which was the website builders design, we can see 36,000 results, which is far fewer than the 120. Now, the next thing we want to do is actually go down and click on a few sellers. Now, what we're looking for here, and actually before we click on a few sellers, the first thing actually we want to do is scroll down the page and make sure that everybody on the first page does have good reviews and good feedback. So for example, we can see that the majority of people on this page, they have a good amount of reviews. We're halfway down the page and we've got a guy here with 1K plus reviews. So everybody is way above that 100 mark of reviews, which is perfect because we can see that in this category, clients are coming and there is demand. Now, we're going to pick 2 to 3 different sellers for the service that we want to provide. So because this is website design, we're going to go with Wix website design, okay? So imagine that we want to offer Wix website design services. Now these top ones, we are kind of going to disregard. And the reason for that is because they are ads. These are people paying to be here on the first page or at the top. Okay, so we're basically going to disregard them. We might use one of them, but generally I would always try to aim more for the people who are organically on the first page. So for example, we have this one here. Now she's at the top of the first page, but, and this is a big but, she only has 20 reviews and her starting price is $30. That's not somebody who we want to be doing market research on. So the reason for that is because she already has low reviews and there are other sellers out there with over 100 plus reviews and her starting price is low. I don't want to be charging a minimum starting price of $30. It's too low. We want people who are, in that $100 mark or more. Yeah, we want to make money from doing this service. We don't just want to work on a volume game. So we're going to disregard her. And let's go down. Let's see if we can find any more Wix website builders. Okay, this guy here, 329 feedback, starting price $100. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. We've got another one here, 71 reviews, $60. Okay, a little bit low on the reviews, but let's give it a go. And of course, our first guy that we saw. Let's give this a go as well. And also, what you need to watch out for is that the ads are not just at the top of the page, but as you can see, they're also here as well. So anywhere where you see ad buy, so these are all ads and they are paying to be here. So they're not organically on the first page, so we want to disregard them and not really use them. So now we have 3 different freelancers who are all offering exactly what we want. And again, I would always decide to choose realistically 2 to 3. You don't need to go crazy, but 2 to 3 different freelancers. And then we're going to click on their gigs. First thing we see, 18 orders in queue. This is massive because the fact is we can see that there's demand. Straight away, there is demand for such a service. His prices, 100, 250, 350. Prices are good. Prices are solid. We know that, hey, we can make money and I can price myself at a good price and still get 18 orders in queue. Next thing we want to do is we want to scroll down. Scroll down to the bottom of his gig and we want to come here to his reviews. Because the next thing I want to know is how often is he pumping out gigs? How often is he doing his projects? Yeah, how often is he delivering? So we go most recent and now we can see 13 hours, 22 hours, 1 day, 2 days, 5 days. Show more reviews, 5 days, 6 days, 1 week. So already we can see that in the past 1 week, he's probably done between 8 to 10 different orders. And the great thing is, and also take this with a pinch of salt because it's only showing us people who have left reviews. It's not showing us the people who have kind of ordered through him, he's delivered, and they have not left a review. And just to give you an idea about that, for myself, it's about 63% of my buyers actually leave reviews. So there are still 40% of people that don't leave reviews because they just don't want to. They can't be bothered, yeah? They're happy with the work, but they just, don't bother with the whole review process. So if we think he's getting 8 to 10 orders here that he's delivered in the last week with reviews, if we add on 40%, realistically, we could be thinking that there's about 14 to 15 orders that he is doing per week realistically, okay? So we can see there is demand, and Fiverr added this a while ago, this whole price point, so that we can see how much the buyers are spending, which is fantastic. So we can see exactly how much he is potentially making per week, okay? This is great. So this guy is solid. This is perfect. Next person, okay, so 6 orders in queue, starting at $60, $150, $300. Okay, so the price does go up considerably. I think she's using a little bit of like clickbait here at $60 just to get people to click onto her gig. But 6 orders in queue. Again, we scroll down to her reviews. Most recent, 18 hours, 22 hours, 3 days, 1 week, 1 week. She's getting some good orders there. So we can see straight away there is demand. And let's click on this last guy. This guy is 12 orders in queue, $85, $285, $485. So let's scroll down to his reviews again, because this will give us a very good idea of what people are spending. Are they going with his basic, standard, or premium packages? So one day ago, 2 to 400. If it's 2 to 400, I would assume they ordered the standard. This will be the basic package. So we can see he's getting a lot of orders, but we can also see that not so many people are going for his premium package. Maybe this is the way that he's packaged it. Maybe it's priced too high, but generally the majority of people here are going for his basic package because it's telling us it's between $50 and $100. But he's getting plenty of feedback and plenty of orders. So straight away, we can see that actually, if you are a Wix website designer, this is a great niche to get into. And this is something I would even recommend doing. Starting a Wix website design. And next thing after this, once you see that there is demand and you can launch your gig, the next market research you really want to be doing is learning how to package your gigs. And to do that, again, we just come back to these same people. We see what they're doing. We see how they're naming their packages, how their thumbnails look, any kind of supporting documents they've got here in their gallery, their titles, their tags. So this is all something we would then look at. Now, to give you an idea of for example, services which are a little bit 50-50 or a little bit, I'm not sure if I should do it. Here's a great one. So some people speak to me and ask me about trading. Yeah, they ask, oh, can I offer trading services? Like, you can, but is there demand? That is the problem. So I typed in trading here and we can see there's 17,000 results. And if we scroll down the first page, again, the first thing we do is we scroll down the page and see if the majority of people on that page have a decent amount of reviews. If the page starts like dwindling out towards the end with people with only like maybe 2 or 3 reviews, then it's questionable. On here, we have a few people down here, 5, 4, 2 reviews on the first page. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, maybe, the majority of people on here have decent reviews. So it could work. But let's take another example. Let's go for Framer website. So again, going back to websites, but specifically Framer. Now, 3,300 results, but if we scroll down, okay, some decent reviews here, but as we scroll down, the reviews get smaller. We're only on, look, the 3rd or 4th line here, and we're on 1 and 3 reviews. We scroll down, no reviews here, 1 review, 5 reviews. So straight away, and let's also just search for, let's go, I don't know, Framer landing page, just to make it a little bit different. Again, scrolling down, look at the reviews. They are tiny. So this would immediately tell me that the demand for Framer websites is not really there. Therefore, I would not offer a Framer gig. What I would probably do instead, if I was confident with Framer, what I would do instead is actually create a more generalized gig, which includes Framer. So it could be like Wix and Framer websites, let's say. Okay, I wouldn't just offer Framer because I know that gig would not do well. And I've made the same mistake. For example, sometimes you think, okay, nobody is offering this, so let's go ahead and offer this service. And I did that. I did it with YouTube video content. Obviously, I create video content. I thought it would be awesome if I created a bulk package gig. So, rather than people ordering one-off videos, what they could do is order like 4 videos at a time. So it would cover them for a month, like 1 video per week. And it's been a flop. I've had a couple of orders, but generally I will be changing it because it has completely flopped. I assumed nobody else is doing this, so maybe this would be really good, but no, it just hasn't worked. So there will be some things that you will try and they will flop, but that is just the case. But like I say, once you do this market research, it will tell you what direction you should be going in. And for some of you guys, you'll have a skill in mind right now and you'll be like, yeah, this is exactly what I should be offering. This is what I'm going to offer. But do the market research first, and that will tell you whether or not you should offer this. Some of your services that you are skilled at or knowledgeable on, I'm sorry to say, are not going to be worth you offering. And here's what I want you to remember. Most freelancers fail, not because their skills aren't good enough, but because they're trying to sell something that nobody is buying, or they're entering a space that's just way too competitive without knowing how to stand out. Now, market research isn't optional. It's your first job as a freelancer. And if you get this part wrong, no amount of gig optimization, thumbnails, or fancy packages will save you. But if you get this part right, you'll build a service that's aligned with demand, strategically positioned, and actually wanted by buyers. So don't just create a gig based on what you feel like offering. Do the research. That's how you win on Fiverr and turn freelancing into freedom. And in case you want to learn more about this, because I teach everything all in my 14-day Freelancer Accelerator program. The link is in the description. You can go ahead and sign up now. Otherwise, this video on screen is something that YouTube thinks you're going to like to watch.